far as the script being ready, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you're ever at a place where it's like, yes, it's perfect. I basically workshopped it until we started shooting, and even while we were shooting, I was still changing scenes and stuff like this around, based on location, based on what I felt the actors could bring me. I was fiddling with it until the very end. It took me about a year and a half, I would say, from beginning to end, on the script portion of it. There was once the shorts had gained some momentum for me and stuff like that, so I had the script, at least to a place where I felt like I could show it to producers and stuff like this. And so they came on, and there was some interest. They said they wanted to help me do it. There was all of a sudden there was money. So once that started happening, like the ball started rolling, whether I wanted the script to be, whether I thought the script was ready or not. And it was like, okay, well, then we went out to actors, and it was like, they signed on, and it was like, oh man, so I was working on the script that whole time. But I was very blessed, and it was kind of unheard of that the money came in so quickly, and I guess it was just enough momentum that happened, but it doesn't usually happen like that. My first time out, I feel like I overwrote certain scenes, so when I got there on the day and I looked at, is this their dialogue? It was like, oh, they have to say all of this? I was just like, let me cut this part of it out. I just feel like I don't need all of this. Okay. They don't need to explain themselves so much, or there was the scene with the prostitute and Harmony's character. There was just too much dialogue, and I felt like it could be a much more powerful scene if she just physically took them through the action. I had shot lists and storyboards for some of my previous films, but on this one it was a little looser. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's the way you should go, but because I wanted like a docu, feel for it, I felt like, the film was short enough that I knew, I want to be here on her face, and I want to, I didn't necessarily have it all planned out, but I knew in a general sense what I was looking for. But when you move to the feature, when it gets any bigger, I feel like having a real plan, is probably best. I was in the editing room probably longer for Premature than I was for Gun Hill Road. It was probably about 4 months by myself, and then I had an editor come in after that, an upperclassman who had some really nice editing skills, and he just trimmed some fat for me, and got it pretty tight. There was a scene or two here that was snipped, very quick things, but yeah, he has a style, he had a style, and he was able to cut it up and make it just very, very succinct. But yeah, it took me a while to get there.
Why was that? Versus the shorter time on Gun Hill Road?
Oh, I would have taken plenty of time on Gun Hill Road if I had it, if I had it. But we were rushing for the festival and stuff like that, and we ran out of time. But yeah, as far as the short film being like your segue to features and TV and stuff like that, I would say yes. It's very important and it's a wise investment to get your craft right on the short films, because it's a shorter amount of time, less money, etc., as you hone your craft before diving into a feature.
Can you speak about what the transition was like going from film to television, and what was the steepest learning curve?
I'm still learning, I'm learning every day. But the film opened up a lot of doors for me, and so yeah, I've done a little bit of network and cable television at this point, and it's fast. It's just really, really, really fast. and also the actors treat the material differently. You don't necessarily get rehearsal as you would, depending on you don't always get rehearsal in independent film either. But depending on your actors and the schedule that you set out, and depending on what level actor you have, you might be able to afford a rehearsal process in a film. TV, you might get a table read, and then you're on the day, and it's like, you block it out. They get sent over to hair and makeup. They come back, rehearse for camera, shoot. It's it's so fast, And if you want to do anything special or camera moves or perfect the move or anything like that, it better be done within that TV time, or else, you won't be asked back. Cause it costs the money. That's it. And I've learned that lesson a couple times, and you can only be so special. And yeah, a lot of the crew and stuff like that, or the crew and the actors, a lot of them just want to go home. Let's say it's like season 7 or season 10 of a show. I'm like, yeah, I know this is important for you, but
but it's work. It's work to some degree.
I'm on at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's like they want to go home,
right.
And they don't want any art.
Right.
They don't want you to. They don't care about your art.
It's not your dream. That's it. Yeah.
Like ain't this taking a long time? Is this taking a long time to shoot this scene? Like, yeah. They'll say it out loud. They'll dish you. You have no power. As a director in television, you have no power. Like it's the writers and the actors that have the power in TV. And yeah, you learn that lesson.
So what do you have as a director in television? What is your stake in the?
I still get to play with toys. I still get to play with toys that I would never get to play with in my independent films.
Sure.
I get to play with dollies and cranes and techno cranes.
Okay.
And jib. all kinds of stuff, steady cams, and I get to do cool stuff.
Okay.
Still get to direct actors, and I get paid.
Right. Very important. Sure.
I came to say thank you. I know you probably don't recognize me because I think it was my sophomore year at college. This is when Michelle hired me on to be an intern for pre-production for this.
Oh,
and
that's good.
And then my sister eventually came on for makeup. This is way back, and it looks different now. But I want to say that I want to say thank you, man, because you started there was a lot of new people on that crew who were just coming out of school, who didn't work before, and myself included, we're doing things now. Now we're casting and advertising. And I remember going out on the street with flyers to go to gay clubs and stuff like that, looking for harmony. So it was pretty interesting to see. You're right, man. There was days where we were out loud like, we want to go home. 12 hours and stuff. But I gotta admit that I've never worked as hard ever on any set than that set on Gun Hill. And it was perfect. We needed that because a lot of us that we hit the ground running once we left. And I just want to say thank you, Vince.
Oh man,
Based on what you said, it sounds like you really trust your actors, and just by the way that you say that about how much text you give them and how you say if they bring it, they can bring it, and I might not need that. I was wondering if you can just touch on your audition process. Do you go with sides or do you ask monologues? And also, what is your style of directing actors? How would you describe that?
I would say my style is probably unique. I'm not sure because I don't often get to see other directors in action. But because I'm an actor first, I feel like I have a little bit of a shorthand. I think so. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not afraid to get up. Like a lot of people are afraid of actors. Especially like filmmakers. Like I don't know, they tend to be introverted and like I don't know. It's like that's the part of the process that they like the least. They love creating the visuals and writing the story and talking with the DP, but when it comes to the actor, it's like, just be good. And where I actually, that's the part that I thrive. Like that's part that I really enjoy the most. Is like getting in there with my actor and like, you know, really bringing it out of them. Like, all right now, come on, like I know you got it in there, you know, breathe. You know, I'll just tell them to relax, you know, and really encourage them. You know, really encourage them. If I didn't see it, you know, I'm not gonna move on until I get it. So I'll push them, and I'm not afraid to push my actors if I think they have it, you know. But as far as audition and stuff like that, it depends. I think for premature, you know, it was at an early stage, so I did probably ask them for a monologue and then ask them to read the material. But like that audition process was like way too long for like a little bit, like this short film, you know, where, you know, once I got to the feature or any TV, like you'll never see a monologue again. It's just like come in with sides and do the sides, and that's what they do.